The iPhone 17 lineup has barely landed, and yet the tech world is already buzzing about what's next from Apple. That's right, we're talking about the iPhone 18. I know it sounds far off, but the rumor mill is already in full swing, with big names like Gurman and Ming-Chi dropping hints. And get this, a huge clue from one of Apple's biggest rivals suggests that the mythical foldable iPhone might finally become a reality. So, let's dive into everything we think we know about the iPhone 18 series, from when we might see it, how much it could cost, and all the juicy new features. First things first, the release date. Apple loves its September launch events. Just look at the pattern: iPhone 17 in September 2025, iPhone 16 in September 2024, iPhone 15 in September 2023. You get the picture. Pre-orders usually follow that Friday, with phones shipping a week later. But 2026 could be the year Apple shakes things up. Rumors suggest a staggered launch. The premium models, that's the foldable iPhone, the Pro, the Pro Max, and maybe even a new Air could drop in September 2026. Then, the standard iPhone 18 and a more budget-friendly 180 might get their own moment in the spotlight at a spring event in 2027. What's really exciting is that supply chain sources are saying the foldable iPhone S design is locked in and it's moving into the final testing phase before mass production begins. That's a massive step forward. Now, let's talk money. Apple kept prices pretty stable with the iPhone 17, with just a small bump for the Pro model. So, what models will we actually get? The core lineup will almost certainly be the iPhone 18, iPhone 18 Pro, and Pro Max. But the foldable is looking more and more like a sure thing. The volume of leaks about it is just undeniable. And here's the clincher: the president of Samsung Display, Apple's exclusive OLED supplier, let it slip that they're getting ready to mass-produce next-gen OLED panels for a foldable phone for a North American client in the third quarter of next year. It doesn't take a genius to connect those dots. That points directly to a fall 2026 launch for Apple's foldable. Reports also claim Apple has cracked the code on the screen crease, which has been a major hurdle for foldable phones. The big question is whether they'll all launch at once. As I mentioned, the current thinking is that the Pro, Pro Max, and the new Fold will arrive in September 2026, with the standard iPhone 18 and a budget 18e following in spring 2027. There's also some mystery surrounding their model. The one released in 2025 wasn't actually called the iPhone 17 Air, which suggests it might not be an annual thing. Many believe it was a test run, a way for Apple to perfect some of the tech that will eventually go into the foldable. Even though sales were reportedly a bit weak, rumors persist that an Air 2 is in the works. This new version would supposedly feature an advanced 2nm chip for better battery life and could launch in spring 2027 alongside the other models. Let's move on to design. Apple gave us a nice redesign with the iPhone 17 Pro, so don't expect another massive overhaul just 1 year later. We'll probably see some subtle tweaks and, of course, new colors. Leaks are pointing to some interesting finishes for the Pro model, like brown, burgundy, and purple. Interestingly, black might be off the table again. But here's a wild rumor: a semi-transparent back glass on the iPhone 18 Pro. This probably isn't just for looks. It could be a functional design choice to help with heat dissipation for a new stainless steel vapor chamber cooling system inside. Of course, all eyes will be on the foldable. Insiders are describing it as looking like two iPhone Air models connected by a hinge, opening up to one large internal display. Apple has reportedly developed its own custom hinge and panel structure to completely eliminate that visible crease when the phone is unfolded. That's a huge deal. Leaks suggest it will be a wide foldable, with a 7.58-inch inner screen and a 5.25-inch outer screen. To keep the device slim, we're expecting the return of Touch ID, integrated into a side-mounted button. And you can bet it will be made from premium materials like titanium and ceramic, with a more scratch-resistant finish on the aluminum parts. What about the display? Apple is always pushing the envelope here. The iPhone 18 Pro models are expected to get even brighter and more power-efficient OLED panels. Promotion should also see some improvements, keeping that buttery smooth 120Hz refresh rate while being even kinder to the battery. Under the hood is where things get really interesting. One of the biggest rumored upgrades is a jump to 12GB of RAM on the base iPhone 18. That's up from 8GB on the iPhone 17. Why the big jump? This would allow for more powerful on-device artificial intelligence processing without having to constantly rely on the cloud. We're also likely to see more models get Apple's next-generation 5G modem. After introducing its first custom modem in the iPhone 106 and an updated one in the Air, Apple is expected to roll out its NC2 modem across most of the iPhone 18 lineup, including the Pro and foldable versions. And powering everything will be the A20 chip. All iPhone 18 devices will likely run on this new chip, with the Pro models getting a beefed-up A20 Pro variant. This chip will be built on a groundbreaking 2nm process, which should translate to up to 15% better performance and a massive 30% improvement in power efficiency compared to the previous generation. That's a significant leap forward. Cameras are always a highlight, and the iPhone 18 will be no exception. The Pro models are rumored to be getting variable aperture technology for the main camera. This would give users much more control over depth of field for those professional-looking blurred backgrounds, and it would also seriously boost low-light performance. The selfie camera is getting a major upgrade too. All models might jump from an 18-megapixel to a 24-megapixel front camera. On top of that, the Pro and Pro Max could feature a smaller punch hole design by moving the Face ID sensors under the display. That means more screen and less notch. Finally, let's touch on battery, charging, and software. We don't have specific numbers yet, but you can expect Apple to deliver its usual incremental gains in battery life. With competition heating up, faster wired charging and improved MagSafe performance are also very likely. On the software side, the iPhone 18 series will ship with iOS 27. This new operating system will be packed with new features for usability, security, and of course, all designed to take full advantage of the upgraded hardware, like the faster memory and that powerful new A20 chip. So, that's the full picture of what we know so far about the iPhone 18 series. From a staggered release to a truly innovative foldable design and massive performance boosts across the board, 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most exciting years for the iPhone in a long time. Of course, these are all just leaks and rumors for now, but it gives us a fantastic idea of where Apple is heading. What are you most excited about? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future updates.